Magic Matt here with another video. This time we're dealing with GE P-Techs. So basically this is a standard P-Tech you'd see in a hotel unit. It's a GE system. What we were having for problems is down here, there's two tubes that feed the evaporator with the liquid refrigerant line. And it goes through both ways, and then refrigerant goes up and down and comes back out on the back tube. So what happened was we know that it was low on freon because the tubes were both frosting up here, and then they were only getting to about right here. To confirm that, what I did was, on the back side of these units, you can easily take what they call a tap, and you can put a bullet piercing valve on there. We usually call them tap in the field. So we put a tap on. What it looked like was, this was the factory crimp system. So at the factory, when these units are made, they fill them up and then they crimp off the end, and that's it. Now what we can do to service these units, if you want to service them, is right here you'll see a hole. That's where the tap was. It's hard to see. There we go. It's focusing in. So that's where the tap goes. So we tapped in as close as we could to the curve, and then when I got the refrigerant and checked it, it only had about 6 ounces left in it, so it has a leak in the system. We did find that the leak was coming from the evaporator right up here in the corner where the water and the rust and everything sits. You can see where there is some green on the copper, and we did test that. We did get bubbles to come out. We did seal it up a little bit with a little Silfloss. It's not a permanent fix. To permanently fix this properly, you would actually take and buy a whole new evaporator and then pump the system down, take the evaporator out, and then fill it back up. Hotels usually are trying to get by on budget, especially with the COVID that's going on right now. So what we did was we took and tapped the system. We removed the 6 ounces. We found the leak. We just put a little Silfloss on it and temporarily band-aided it. So it will work. It should be fine. Eventually it is going to rust in them spots again because it's not a new evaporator, but this will get them by for another year or two. So then what we did was fill the system back up after we vacuumed it. This particular system is a 7,000 BTU GE, so it does take 29 ounces. You're going to want to make sure, whatever you do with these systems, if you are HVA certified, you should already know this, but what you want to do is you want to take and look at the system itself, and it will tell you on the model and serial number. You can look that up, or right down there you can see right underneath of that scan code, R410A 29 ounces. You do want to weigh it in specifically, so you want to put in just 29 ounces, no more, no less. That way the system runs properly, because it does take 29 ounces to run efficiently like it was made at the factory. But this is your easiest way to service these, so if you ever do need to service again, there's a valve on here now. Now another thing that I do is I also date code these with just a marker, and then I'm going to put on there that I filled this, so if the hotel management or the maintenance guys here ever pull the system out and they say, hey, this one's been serviced, it's only lasted, a year and a half, the freon's leaked out again, then that way they know, they have a date. So that's kind of nice, to keep some information available, because this unit will move from hotel room to hotel room, because they'll pull them out and clean them once a year, and then they put them back a lot of times not in the same spot. So you can't necessarily put it to that room in the hotel. So usually you try and keep the information on the units themselves. But otherwise, I also check the unit to make sure it's clean and the condenser's clean and go through it, since I'm already having it out and ready to service outside. Now we're going to wheel this puppy inside and test it out and see if it's working good now. This particular unit, they don't have a test area, so I have to plug this back into the hotel room itself. There's a thermostat and a couple things to plug in, and I'll show you that later. Don't forget to subscribe or hit the like button if you think this is an informational video. Let me know. Give me some comments on what you guys want to learn. I do everything from electrical, plumbing, HVAC, construction, trim work, doors, windows, you name it. I can give you an informational video on anything you want. Just let me know in the comments, or send me an email. Okay, we are back. So I have the unit plugged in. This is a thermostatic control, so it has a thermostat on the wall in the hotel room. So over in the hotel room, there is a thermostat over there. This is a really nice hotel, actually. Right there is a power plug that goes down and plugs into the underneath the base, so it's a little bit different setup. Some P-Techs you're going to have cords that are already attached. This one actually unplugs. That's also your heater strip for your compressor there. and then you have your thermostat plugged in. So there's 3 different things that get plugged in there. Actually, I take it back. I think that's the power that goes to the board. I said that wrong. It's either the heater or the board. I'd have to look up the schematics. But anyways, we have this running. It's been almost 5 minutes now, and neither one of these lines have frosted up. They are ice cold. I already have nice cold temperature down here because it runs from up here and goes down the loops, and it runs. I already have cold temperature down here. I already have cold temperature up top also. So that means my freon is making its way through. It's got ice cold air coming out. So everything in this unit should work fine now. Just see how it goes, like I said, with that, little patch down there that's only going to get them by so far, but it is a patch. It's not a complete fix. To completely fix this, it would cost a lot more money to be able to take the whole evaporator out and everything. It's very costly. The whole unit itself, if you get these on a wholesale basis and you buy them on truckload or freight, if you're buying like 8 to 20 or more at a time, usually you can pick up a heat pump, GE or Frigidaire or a Mana for around $600 to $800. The air conditioner with the heater strip like this one is a little bit cheaper, maybe $100 cheaper. So realistically, if you have a leak, it's $150 for me to fix this. It's very simple and easy. It's 410A. It's cheap refrigerant. If you look at the overall cost of that whole evaporator and putting it in, I think it was right around $490. So I mean, that's pretty much a brand new unit, and you get a warranty with a new unit. These are already 3 or 4 years old. So, cost effectiveness depending on how the hotel works. But that's kind of the simple fact of a P-TECH. I will run some other videos on P-TECHs as I run through and find more mistakes or problems with them. So just keep subscribing. You'll keep getting videos of different stuff. Like I said, we will be adding videos periodically, so don't forget to subscribe. Magic Matt channel. Don't forget to hit like if you liked the video, if you think it was informational. If not, leave a comment below. Let me know what's going on. I'd like to know. I need some information so I can start running these videos. I think I'm trying to help some people here, especially maintenance techs in hotels and things, and do it yourself for some DIYs. If you need anything else, like I said, leave me a comment. We'll try and help you out.